Top of the morning, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Adrian here with yet another vlog. What's everyone on the internet calling it nowadays? The quarantine series. Despite that, we got a lot going on today. A lot of stuff I'm excited to share. So I'm gonna kick off the day with a little bit of work, get through some meetings, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. So time to fire up the lo-fi playlist and get to work. Hey people of the internet, quick interruption from future Adrian here. I realized in editing this vlog, the idea was that I was supposed to shoot a vlog for YouTube, of course, behind the scenes. I was also shooting an Instagram story, which I'll throw clips of up here. And then I was shooting another video for Digital Dojos, all around the same content, which led to a lot of overlap and me forgetting to shoot the intro on what actually was going on in this vlog. Anyway, was building a computer, and that's the gist of it, in summary. Spending the day waiting on parts to arrive and building a new quarantine rig and PC. For the technical details and all the ins and outs about that, feel free to check out the video that's going to be going live on Digital Dojos, the build log. I guess if you follow me on Instagram, you already saw that story, so that's irrelevant. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the vlog. Quarantine facial hair, be gone. So the only thing I'm waiting for is the PC case to arrive today. So I'm constantly just checking on the tracking. One thing I often take for granted with this monitor, so this is a Dell Ultrawide, is it has this picture and or picture by picture mode built into it. So for example, I have my Mac here on the left hooked up via USB-C, and then the display port is my Windows desktop. So it splits it virtually down the middle, so I can use both systems at once on one monitor. Super useful when I need to be testing stuff or be in both environments. There's the parts. No, I shouldn't. Everyone's favorite test / setup bench, the motherboard box. And that, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the build underway. Oh fuck yeah, it's definitely great. Alright, been at it for a couple hours. Pulling parts from the old one, building the new one. I think I'm gonna take a second to make some dinner. Now the fun part begins, all the cleanup. Also, I need to reassemble that whole machine there because that's still totally functional. I just got to swap my old cooler and graphics card into it. Benefit being a part of a tech company, have a bunch of shit at your disposal. Okay, so several hours and a dinner break later, I think I got majority of it set up here. And when I say majority, I mean that everything for the most part is plugged in. I may have a couple fan connectors off here or there, and it's not the prettiest right now in terms of the cable organization. But I think I'm ready to do first post, which granted, I know, rookie mistake not to just post it before I put everything in the case and set it up. That's always kind of recommended, and I think if it's your first time building, definitely do so. You always want to check the parts and things like that. But sometimes I like making things difficult. This is one of those cases. Now granted, I don't actually think it's going to boot fully. I feel like I might have done something wrong here somewhere, especially with the front panel connectors. That's always like the most annoying part for me. I actually had to read the manual and go through all of that. Right now, granted, I should preface this by saying I don't know if it'll actually boot here. I do think I might have mixed up some front panel connectors, but so yeah, let's see how first boot goes. So I was able to boot into what's called the BIOS. I believe it stands for Basic Input Output System. It's the software that's essentially installed on the motherboard of a PC before you have any operating system at all on it. And everything checks out so far. All the main hardware, the CPU, the RAM, the hard drive, the fans, everything is detected here. So now I just gotta work on getting an OS installed. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, that about concludes this video for today. It's been a long day at that, and as you can tell, I'm very exhausted, yet at the same time, you know, that feeling of accomplishment and that adrenaline that's kind of kept me through these last couple hours. No major hiccups, you know, there's some minor things that I had to adjust, and even post-build, everything now that I know is working for the most part. I have to install the proper drivers and you know, get all my software and everything set up. I like starting with a fresh, clean install of Windows, or anytime I get a new computer in general, I like to start fresh. The one thing I will say is probably gonna make some adjustments in terms of the fan and the rad or AIO setup. So maybe repositioning it from the top to a front mounted radiator. Gonna experiment a little bit. I'm sure I'm still gonna adjust this build throughout. I have some more parts coming in. I still need to get the new GPU in, along with other just small cosmetic changes I want to make, get some custom cables, and actually take the time this time around to clean it up now that I know everything is working properly. But yeah, really excited over the next couple of days and this weekend to really dive into it and really get it configured the way that I want and take it for a spin. If you're interested in the technical details, benchmarks, and all that good stuff, that's going to be going up over at my Digital Dojo's YouTube channel, so be sure to check into that. Aside from just building this PC, it was a journey in itself, getting content for the vlog, getting content for Dojos, getting content for the IG story that I still need to edit. Yeah, it's been a day. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll catch you all in the next one. By the way, can we just take a second to appreciate how much of a mess my room has been turned into right now after this build? I just have stuff laying everywhere. It's kind of one of those things where I just kind of did a quick clean and kind of threw everything in here. Yeah, I'm gonna worry about all this stuff tomorrow.